wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Would you bet on it? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Everybody wanna win, everybody can't do. I'm zone. Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Would you bet on it? Everybody wanna win, but do you got what it takes? Everybody wanna win.
Welcome to the Coach Stretch Show.
What up, what up, what up? It's your man, Coach Stretch, and I am back. Another beautiful Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. I thank you all for tuning in and spending your lunchtime hour with me. Instagram Live, Facebook Live. We are all set to have a great show. We got a lot to talk about today. A whole lot to talk about today. Kamala Harris has a Vice President Kamala Harris. Excuse me, I don't want to disrespect her. She has a new platform that she has just unveiled called the Opportunity Economy Plan. And the state of Virginia has a bail-to-bail cell phone, basically to get rid of cell phones in all the schools in the state of Virginia, presumably starting January 1st. We'll talk about that. We also will talk about the entertainment news. BET had their awards last night. A lot of people are upset about a few things. We'll talk about sports. The New York Jets made a trade. Hopefully Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any more excuses, but I'll get to that later. The Cowboys, as always, have a lot of drama. Jerry Jones threatening people jobs. The New York Knicks, best friends become enemies real fast in the business world of sports. Then we'll talk about things to do, see what's on tap for this weekend in the Hampton Roads area, and then I'll share my thought for the day. So let's get right into it. Let's talk news.
Schools. This evening, we are following through on efforts to provide students with what the governor calls a distraction-free learning environment.
And the Virginia Department of Education released final guidance this week. Tonight, News 3 reporter Angela Bohan is digging into what this means for families and teachers in our community.
If you're a parent like me, you're probably thinking, I need a class just to figure out the latest when it comes to cell phone usage and schools. Well, I have some of the basics, though the specifics may depend on the school division.
First, you should know school divisions in Virginia are expected to adopt the guidance by New Year's Day of 2025. So there's still time for schools to iron out some of the rules.
I honestly didn't even realize that it didn't go into effect until January because the school definitely wasn't letting that happen.
Becca Dorval has a middle and high school student in Chesapeake and says they've already cracked down on phone usage. One of the big changes is that children are not supposed to use a cell phone in between classes or during lunch, certainly not in class.
I'm all for it. We didn't have phones in school. We did just fine without them.
If your child is in elementary school, this is really the strictest. You'll want to talk with administrators if you want your child to have a phone, but they're not allowed to use it or have it on them, just in the building. Middle and high school, phones should be stored from the first bell to the last bell, though VDOE says it will be up to school divisions on how they plan to do that, like using lockers or locking pouches. School divisions can also decide if they will allow middle schoolers to use a phone before and after classes while on school property. And for high schoolers, that would be allowed. Teachers and coaches are expected to use non-social media-based apps for communicating with students during school hours. We're looking into exactly what those might be. Dorval admits that she has to make some adjustments, like not texting her daughter with questions during lunch.
You just have to do better about communicating in advance now.
So parents, you'll want to keep an eye out for any updates from your child's school division. And also, if you're thinking about maybe a smartwatch for your child for a birthday or Christmas present, you might want to reconsider. It is listed in the same category as cell phones when it comes to this latest guidance. So another thing for the schools to think about. In Virginia Beach, Angela Bohan, News 3.
Now, Angela also reached out to various Hampton Roads school divisions to get their take on this. Portsmouth.
Yeah, so that's going into effect January 1st, man, 2025. We don't have a whole lot of time before that happens. I don't know if a lot of parents knew about it. I know they were talking about it, but this is going into effect in various different variations across the state of Virginia. Um, listen, kids have a whole lot of access to their phones. They got a whole bunch of stuff going on, man. You know, when I was in high school, and I hate to be that guy, man. I was in high school, man. We didn't have cell phones, and the most we had, I had a pager that my mom ain't know about, but I had a pager, and I mean that was frowned upon in school then. So I don't know. I think parents need to be able to get in contact with their children. This is a different day and age, man. I think technology helps, but technology is out of control right now, and especially with our kids. So I don't I don't know. I think it's needed to some form, but to take it all away, I don't know if I agree with that at this point in time. But kids are distracted. I mean, kids don't have books. Kids don't even have lockers in some schools. They don't have lockers. This is insane. Um, they're there to learn, and they're not doing a whole lot of learning right now. So this is the state's idea of trying to bring back a more traditional classroom to enforce learning. So, leave your comments how you feel about it. See what's going on. I see you, Damo. Like, Damo's not a fan. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. But we do have to give teachers some kind of help and assistance. And eliminating cell phones definitely seems to be a step in the right direction for that. So, we could talk about that later on if you guys want, but I think this is a step in the right direction for the state of Virginia. All right, so now Vice President Harris unveiled her plan, and next week I'll be unveiling the platform for former President-elect Mr. Trump. So here is Vice President Kamala Harris's plan for running.
Plan for Black men.
Yes.
It's something huge
Yes.
that you have just released this
Yes.
week. We're talking about 1 million loans that are fully forgivable up to $20,000
Right.
to Black entrepreneurs, men and women,
Yes.
correct? Expanding access to bank accounts, expanding the child tax credit, many things that you're
Housing.
doing.
Don't forget
Housing,
my housing.
lowering rent, making it affordable to buy a house for
Yes.
first-time home buyers.
Correct.
Talk to me about this
Yes.
plan, just in
Yeah.
summary, and,
Yeah.
and how this will impact not only Black men, but all Black people.
Sure. So my plan is to build what I call an opportunity economy, which means giving people an opportunity to actually achieve those ambitions, those goals, and those dreams. The second part, which is equally important, if not more, is to give people, first-time home buyers, a $25,000 down payment assistance. Because what you and I know is a lot of folks want to be a homeowner, but they don't come from money. They don't come from some families that can necessarily give them or pass on a home or give them the equity out of their home to help them with the down payment. $25,000 down payment assistance just helps people get their foot in the door. Child tax credit. I'm expanding the child tax credit to $6,000 for young families so that in the first year of their child's life, they have the resources they need to buy a crib, a car seat, clothes. The baseline should be everybody has a job. What we should be doing is creating incentives for people to be able to build wealth and build intergenerational wealth. But again, knowing that not everybody starts out on the same base, but when you give them a little bit to just compete, they will work around the clock, good ideas, innovative ideas, and when they have just that little bit extra, it gives them what they need to actually get in there, compete, and thrive. That's the that's the theory behind the $20,000 forgivable loan for people at a certain threshold.
All right. So, and Dom, I'm glad you said that, man, because that right there starts the conversation, man. Like, especially coming from this political party, They roll out, they rolled out Barack Obama wanting to talk to all black men about, the things that Vice President Harris was going to be unveiling in favor of us, because I am a black man. It's been a whole lot of that going on, Damo, like pure pandering, like pure selling wolf tickets over and over and over again from that party. And, people don't like this, but that includes Barack Obama, President Barack Obama. That includes him. He made a whole lot of promises to the black community, and none of that was fulfilled. None of that. He did more for other groups of people than he did for us. And, this is giving the same vibes. But, again, I'm here to present the information. I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, who not to vote for. But that is her platform, and that is what she's pushing out in hopes of acquiring your vote. And, if she does come into the seat, I hope she lives up to her words. That's the best I can ask for. I'm an entrepreneur. A lot of my closest friends are entrepreneurs. I mean, it'll be great if she lived up to her word. I know a lot of people trying to get their first home or second home or what have you. It would be great if she lived up to the words that she's saying right now. So we'll have to wait and see if she gets in. But again, we've seen this movie every 4 years, whether it be Republican or Democrat. For some odd reason, they love the black vote. They want to have the black vote. And they say the things that, we want to hear. We want to hear higher child tax credit. But why they only say that in regards to us? Is that because we have the most kids? I don't think we have the most kids. We're only 12% of the 13% of the population. But they throw child tax credit out there. She even earlier last week, she was talking in the Women's Congressional Policy Institute, they actually passed a bill for people who are currently on child support. The threshold was $5,000 that you could owe in back child support before some of your rights for the non-custodial parent were getting revoked, such as passports, things of that nature. Now that limit has been reduced to now $2,500. So if you owe $2,500 in back child support, you will not be allowed to fly out of this country. And it was a whole list of other things that are going into effect like immediately on January 1st, regardless if she's there or not there or whatever's going on. But that thing is going into effect immediately. So I don't know, man. Yeah, you're right, Damo. Like we want it so bad. We want somebody to care about us so bad that, we believe and we want to take it all in, man. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that has not been the case. Not since I've been voting anyway. So that we talking about at least 20 years. That has not been the case. So if you want to affect change, again, I'm a big proponent of this. If you want to affect change, it has to start on the local level. Your school board, your mayor, your rep, in your area, your district. Like you got to know the people there and affect change on that level first, and then we'll go to the next level. But right now school boards are, they need some assistance, they need some help. So hey, that's our platform again. And like I said, next week I'll be going over the Republican platform, and make sure you go out and vote, man. Exercise your vote. That's the best. That's the best I can tell you, man. Moving on, entertainment news.
Who do you think has had the biggest impact on hip hop in the last 5 years?
The last 5 years, Future ain't went nowhere. He's Kendrick, yeah.
I ain't going front. Future keep doing his thing. Like he ain't dropped the baton yet. He's still running with it. He's still sprinting. So I'm gonna give it to Pluto.
Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy.
I say that. TikTok is so big right now, And I remember back when Soulja Boy first came out, and everybody was like, "This is dance. This isn't hip hop." And all the old heads were saying that. And now he's the guy that's still spearheading and really laid the foundation for people to attach music to a dance move and go viral for it. So I would have to give it to him for sure.
I would really say, like, when it comes to the female side of things, I would say Sexy Red had a big impact as far as it coming to, like, even Lotto, like all the females.
Any female rapper. I feel like all the female rappers have been going hard. I feel like right now hip hop is really female driven, you know what I'm saying? And all the females are doing their thing. So yeah.
I say Lil Wayne. I would really say Travis, and I'm not saying that. I'm not just saying that because, you know, Travis is popping out tonight. It's a big deal. I'm saying that because if you really think about it, for me as an artist, when I'm looking at a superstar, right, that can go anywhere and do a big arena, let's look at Travis and what he's done. Travis is doing 80,000 capacity shows. Who's doing that? Travis is making hip hop a lot bigger than what it really is. You know what I mean?
I think when it comes to kids, the most influential person is Youngboy. When it comes to females, I think the most influential has been Drake. When it comes to street music, I feel the most influential is Lil Durk. When it comes to females, I think all the females going crazy right now. Shout out to all of them.
Did that man say when it comes to females, the most influential rapper is Drake? Did that man say that? So BET Awards. Kendrick Lamar walked away with 8 awards, man. And, you know, I really don't watch the BET Awards anymore. But, you know, it'll be on replay at least 15 more times in the next 2 weeks. So make sure you check it out if that's what you're into. But I'm not into that. I'm just here to report the news. But I do want to talk about this. The most influential rappers. God, I can't freaking spell to save my life. Stats, this is your fault. You do my spell check when I'm typing too fast and doing things too fast. Stats, this is your fault. Yeah, there we go. Thanks a lot, Stats. But yeah, most influential rappers. So Kendrick Lamar just walked away with a whole bunch of awards. Obviously, he was the most influential rapper this year and this year alone. But over the past 5 years, who would you all say was the most influential rapper? A lot of people say Future. Some people say Drake. Some people say, you know, behind the scenes, you might want to throw Jay-Z in there. Kanye West, Pusha T has been mentioned. But for me, I mean, I want to say, you know, somebody like Travis Scott, somebody like Future. But you know, I don't know, man. You know, this rap stuff is getting out of control. I hate the sound that. Am I that old? God, dog it. Jesus, man. I know I'm not that old, man. I'm not one of them people. Am I? Am I one of them people? This ain't good. I'm going Future. I mean, I still listen to Future. I think Future's pretty good. I think his music is but he does all right. So before we move on into sports, I do want to shout out our Relentless Sport Athlete of the Week. Big dog, man. That's Callon Morrison, man. He's been a Relentless Sport Athlete for the past 8 grade, so almost 3 years now. And like the flyer said, man, like the video said, man, he picked up his first 2 Division I offers this past summer on the EYBL, the Nike EYBL circuit. So I'm extremely proud of him. Extremely proud of that young man. Also, he plays football. He's a two-sport athlete. Plays basketball for the two-time defending state champions, Woodside High School. And, like I told him, man, he's bringing back the two-sport athletes. There's a couple of other guys out here that are phenomenal two-sport athletes. He's one of them. And he's a relentless sport kid. So I'm absolutely proud of him, man. Comes from a great family, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to continue to do on the football field to finish the year out, but also on the basketball field. I'm at the basketball court. He's an outstanding young man and currently has a 4.0 GPA. So big round of applause for my man Callon, man. Proud of that guy, man. Proud of that guy. And looky here. Mr. Stats. Thanks for joining you. James, thanks for joining us, man.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining you. Thanks for joining us, man.
I just shared it.
Oh. Well, looky here. We appreciate you for coming on, man. Definitely appreciate you for coming on, man. You have any words that you want to say before we move on to the sports section, which is why I know you're here, so I can, you can try to reel me in. But I'm telling you now, I'm unhinged.
Just appreciate everybody. Peace and love. Number Streets Podcast, Virginia Neptunes, Brotherhood Hoop League, Primerica, man. Y'all come talk to me. Get your finances right. Financial education, man. That's what I'm about, man. For real. So y'all hit me up, man.
Financial education. Do you have any words of advice for anybody financially before we move on?
Actually, I do. Besides reach out to me, I'll get you right, man. But seriously, right now financially, it's hard for a lot of people out here, and I got my life insurance license, got a few other licenses on the way, and in our community, man, the things that I've learned and the things that I've been taught, we weren't taught those things in our community. So I really want to help. Matter of fact, Stretch don't know it yet, but him and Dina, y'all gonna be my guinea pigs for my first my first. I find, I'm in the process of completing training, and Stretch and Dina gonna be they're gonna be my first.
Okay.
My first training to graduate, if you will. So yeah, but. Yeah, man, please, man, we got to get our finances right. Because honestly, I think a lot of times, we're dependent upon changes in the economy. You was talking about Vice President Kamala Harris earlier.
Right.
What she's doing, what Trump's doing. They're trying to get more Vice President Harris than us, trying to get the black vote. But we can't keep relying on people to save us.
Correct. So, I agree with that 1,000%. Yeah, we gotta save ourselves.
We gotta save ourselves. Nobody's gonna save us. So just inbox me, man, and I'll help get you right.
All right. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. What's your Instagram Stats?
Everybody, ERBODY loves John, JON.
Jesus Christ. Stats, you gotta change your IG, man. And your Facebook is and John Jarrell
Turner, yes.
Yeah, you gotta change that, man. It's all about branding, Stats. Have I not taught you anything?
So what should I change it to?
You could go Stats 757. I also would go, A. Turner.
Yeah.
757. You know what I'm saying? Something a little bit more trendy, you know what I mean? And you don't want to put your whole government name out there. Jesus Christ, man.
Thanks to y'all, nobody calls me John anymore. Everybody calls me John.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. All right, let's get into these sports, man. And I think you're going to love this video right here. You're going to love this video. Just for you, Stats. Stats, did you see it?
I did.
He was smoking that peyote.
That's your favorite player, A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers. That's your favorite player.
He's smoking that peyote, baby.
Listen, man. You know,
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers is your guy. That's your favorite quarterback of all time.
He's absolutely not my favorite guy. He's absolutely as a travesty to the quarterback position. And he used to be very good. However, he is full of excuses, and I'm sick of it. Well, he's running out of excuses, Stats, because this just happened yesterday.
Yeah, he got his guy back.
And for a third-round pick, the Jets have now acquired Devontae Adams from the Oakland Raiders, who are a dumpster fire. What up, Mama? I appreciate you tuning in. I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers, man. I'm sick of it.
Why?
What do you mean why? Because all he does is throw out excuses, and he gets people fired. And I will say this: he is a good friend because he gets people who don't deserve jobs. He gets them jobs. Nathaniel Hackett, Randall Cobb, Lazard. He gets some jobs. If you're cool with him, he'll get you a job. Just like LeBron. Go ahead, say something. Go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I don't think Cobb and Hackett are particularly good at what their jobs are. Lazard is pretty good though. Lazard is pretty good.
We got to stop this, man.
I think the problem is though, A-Rod's disposition seems to rub a lot of people the wrong way.
Because he's full of excuses.
Maybe,
man.
But look, bro, everybody ain't put on this earth to be likable, dog. Can he play quarterback?
No. Right now he can't. No.
I mean, okay, so look, I don't necessarily know if firing Saleh was the best move. They probably should have let Hackett go. That defense was great, and that defense has been great since Saleh was there.
And whose fault is that, Stats? Go ahead. You can say it.
I mean, look, the allegations, because you know I don't feed into the media stuff. You know that.
But some things are factual.
We don't know that to be factual, though. We don't know that. Now, we do know. So apparently, this is what was reported. Robert Saleh was going to fire Nathaniel Hackett.
Yes.
But Woody Johnson, CEO of Johnson & Johnson,
Baby Oil,
fired Saleh before they could fire Hackett. Now, I don't know.
Mr. Baby Oil fired him before.
Yeah. Mr.
Great
Baby
job.
Oil.
Great job. Mr. Baby Oil. See, this, and my wife told me, don't do Diddy today. No one wants to hear that. Listen, Diddy has an impact beyond rap and entertainment. His baby oil antics have now leaked onto the football field.
Leaked, huh? That's fascinating word you chose. Well, either way, Hackett's offense is bad. He probably should have been fired.
Yes, he should have been.
He should have been fired. He should have been.
Yeah.
But the head coach got to take the fall. Unfortunately.
Right.
The head coach.
Trust me, I know all about that crap.
No, okay, man.
So anyway, I was gonna put up here his press conference where he actually blamed Mike Williams for his last interception. I'm sorry. Did Mike Williams throw a duck? Did Mike Williams underthrow himself 5 yards?
No.
He's supposed to be on the red line. But you threw it anyway, and you threw it short. I'm sick of that joker, man. The only other person who I'm more sick of right now is Jerry Jones. And Jerry, I'm not a fan of senior citizen homes. I'm not. However, Jerry, you're about 30 seconds away from going to a senior citizen home.
Listen, let me tell you what I'll do. About it. I will let us sit down and look at the decisions we've made over the last several years. Okay? I'll look at it. Now, if you think I'm interested on the damn phone call with you over a radio and sitting here and throwing all the good out with the dishwater, you have got to be smoking something over there this morning. I'm not. And I really don't, and I don't even want our listeners to listen to me, to talk about, this is not your job. Your job isn't to let me go over all the reasons that I did something and I'm sorry that I did it. That's not your job.
Well, my job is to ask
why.
why.
A job, or I'll get somebody else to ask these questions, man.
Jerry, we're trying to figure out why the team is.
I'm not kidding. You're not going to figure out what the team is doing right or wrong. If you are, or any 5 or 10 like you, you need to come to this meeting I'm going to today. There are 32 teams here. You're geniuses.
Jerry,
okay? Y'all really think you're going to sit here with a microphone and tell me all of the things that I've done wrong and without going over the rights?
Well,
now, listen, we both know we're talking to a lot of great fans and a lot of great listeners. And I am very sorry for what happened out there Sunday. I'm sick.
He's sick, Stats. He's sick. He's sick, Stats.
So I got thoughts.
Please, go ahead. I'll give you the floor first.
I understand as in that position, you constantly hear fans, mostly uneducated and casual fans, who try to tell you how to fix the team, right?
Right.
So I'm sure he's tired of that. I actually understand that part.
Right.
That being said, this issue has been going on since Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin have left the building. Larry Allen, Nate Newton, Darren Woodson. This problem has been going on for years now. And I don't know the acumen of the gentleman who were asking the questions. Funny thing is, he said throw the water out with the dishwater. I thought it was throw the baby out with the bathwater. But whatever. Whatever. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I don't think it takes a genius to see. And when people do that, bro, they always use hyperbole to try to get their point across. No, it don't take no damn genius to see what the hell the problem is with y'all. It doesn't take that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you was going to break that down or not. But he's feeling the heat, dog, because he know that they supposed to be better than what they are.
Yeah.
My initial problem is you still try to build a team like you built the 90s teams. You have one good wide receiver, you have a good quarterback, and you try to build around your running game. You need to change how you play. Get some more receivers in there. Get a more versatile running back. He don't necessarily have to be great, but he's somebody who don't have to come off the field on third down. And Trayvon Diggs ain't playing up to his standard. Michael Parsons isn't either. Your stars aren't playing well. Zach Martin, as great as he is, may be on his way out the door.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and those things happen, but the way that you build this team is not prudent to winning in today's NFL. And that's the problem.
Yeah. The problem is him. The problem is him. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to drag it around. I'm not going to play chase the banana or none of that crap. This is him.
I'm sorry. Chase the what?
Chase the banana. It's a Diddy term.
Then you get in trouble. Are you still in trouble for that?
I still haven't gotten an answer. So, until I get an answer.
Stop. Don't stop.
I'll move on.
Stop. Please don't.
I'm going to move on. Okay. But he the problem. He waited and paid CD Lamb late. He waited and paid Dak Prescott late. He did that. He brought back Ezekiel Elliott. He did these things.
That was weird.
He did these things. He let a coach go out there on the last year's contract for the second time. Lame duck coaching, lame duck quarterback play is the worst thing you could ever do as an owner. Just fire the man and start fresh. or give him a contract. Give him some job security. Man, listen. You're absolutely right. He has one great receiver, and the rest of it around him is pretty bad. He has a good quarterback. I won't call him great. Dak Cousins. I'm sorry. Yeah, Dak Cousins is okay. No running game to speak of. You don't draft correctly anymore. Zach Martin is 2 hits away from being out of the NFL. Your defensive line is not good. You got Micah Parsons all over the place. You let your defensive coordinator go to your rival, and he's turning them around.
And they look really good right now. Shout out to them.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
Yeah, Dan Quinn got him balling over there, man.
Yes.
Yeah, Dan Quinn got him balling.
This is your fault. Diggs is coming back off an ACL injury. No, he's not going to look the same. He probably shouldn't be out there right now. Like, the non-accountability is the problem for me. And until he starts being accountable for what he is doing or not doing, the Cowboys ain't going to get no better. And I have an anonymous quote from a Cowboy fan, a lifelong Cowboy fan. He says it's almost unbearable to watch. And here's another thing about these Cowboy fans. He didn't want me to mention his name. Cowboy fans.
That's insane. That's insane.
You are unbearable, you Cowboy fans. Because you always think you're going to win. And you know you're not going to win. You know you're not going to win. So why do it? Why put yourself through this torment, this misery? Stop doing it. I'm telling you, I used to be a fan of the Redskins. I promise you, I used to be a fan of the Redskins. I was a diehard Redskin fan. When they did RG3 Greasy, I was done with them. You got to know when to say when and move on. And since that point, I've been a Steeler fan, okay? My mom was a Steeler fan. A couple people in my family, they Steeler fans. I've been rolling with the Steeler fans. But guess what? I'm about done with their ass, too. I'm done with them. I'm done with them. You're not going to stress me out. You're not going to stress me out. Mike Tomlin, Newport News native. He pussyfooting around about who the damn quarterback going to be.
Well, I mean, not really, because he done made the decision, which was never mind. Go ahead.
What are you doing?
Look, there go your mother. You better stop.
Mom, get a profile picture.
Hey, Mom, I didn't do it. He did. I didn't do it.
Mom, get a profile picture. And then
that's insane.
It's insane. How you lurking around on Facebook with no Facebook profile picture? I love you, Mom. Say,
Ma, please. Look, I'll help you put one up there if you don't know how to do it, please. Because I'm sure what happens is you send people friend requests, and they probably think that that's
you're a scammer.
That's not you. Please, I'll help you.
Oh man, Moms, we got to fix that. We got to fix it. But yeah, I mean, this is insane, man. Sports is at an all-time low right now. Sports are at an all-time low right now. It's just bad. It's bad out here, man, for sports, period. It's bad.
Well, basketball's back.
Basketball is back. And speaking of basketball, nice segue, Stats. Here we go.
Yo, you know what?
Here we go.
Never mind. Introduce it, dog, because you know what?
Best friends become enemies real fast. We got beef, man. New York. We got beef. Man. So DiVincenzo got traded a few weeks ago to the Minnesota Timberwolves for Cat. And apparently he didn't know anything about it. And he has been disgruntled ever since. The trade also broke up the the return of the Villanova 4, whatever
the Nova 4.
Nova 4, whatever they were being called. And for good reason. For me, in my opinion, and for good reason. You should have broke them up. Yeah, they had team chemistry. Yeah, whatever. All that crap. But that doesn't help you win. It's not going to help you win in the long scheme of things, the grand scheme of things in the NBA. It's not going to help you win. It's not. So DiVincenzo, they played a preseason game at New York in the Garden. And he was talking his talk. At the free throw line, said thanks for the trade, Tibbs. But he wasn't talking to Tibbs. He was talking to somebody on the bench. And that somebody, according to sources, was Mr. Rick Brunson, who is the father of Jalen Brunson, who also is an assistant coach for the New York Knicks. And that picture is what happened after the game. Look at Jalen. Sitting there watching your daddy act a fool to one of your friends. Look at Bridges. At least he's trying to hold him back. Jalen, what you doing, Jalen? Give me your thoughts.
So, apparently, I posted in the group chat too. Apparently, he didn't say thanks for the trade, Tibbs. I think he said something else. I don't recall what it was. But afterwards, there was audio, which I also posted in there, that said, Rick Brunson said to Dante DiVincenzo, "That's some sucker shit."
Oh.
And then Dante DiVincenzo responded, "I was talking to Tibbs. You the one that wanted to bring it out here for the camera."
Oh.
Which I like. I love that response by him.
Oh.
As an assistant coach, because I can't tell another grown man how to act.
Right.
We've been on the other end of players talking trash to us as coaches. Directly to us.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And been so helpless in stopping it.
Just real quick, I mean, this person was absolutely fucking killing us. and he's literally going down the court, looking directly at me, Stretch, and Sterling. Shout out to Sterling. And he's talking directly to us. And, we're invested in the game, but there's literally nothing that we can say at that point.
Nothing.
So
couldn't say nothing to that man.
Now, for context, it wasn't a case of where he used to play for us. Actually, he plays for us now.
Yeah.
He plays right. Shout out to Jaleel, man. Great player, great dude, man. So there was not the context of, being best friends, with his son and all of that. But what I don't understand is, because we don't know everything that was said. We only know what was shown to us.
Right.
But was something said that bad for you as an assistant coach / front office guy to react that way? After a game, I mean, it's possible.
Not after no preseason game.
I don't know. DiVincenzo was amped for sure. Yeah. And you say things on the basketball court. I just don't know why Rick Brunson responded to that way based on the things that we saw, based on information.
When they say that's a hit dog gonna holler.
Yep.
That's why. He took exception to it, and he wanted to get emotional about it because he was wrong. So that's why he did it. Now, what are your projections? Because next week I'm gonna try to do an NBA projection. The NBA season starts in like 12 days, man. So
it does. That thing around the corner, man.
So next week I'm gonna try to do a projection show. Look, I might have to do a whole nother joint, man. But I'm gonna try to do a projection.
If you're gonna do East and West, dog, you might have to do two. You might have to do.
Yeah, I might have to break it down into 2 episodes. Might have to do a little live show on Friday too, man, just to get it all done.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do a projection joint. I mean, because the season's here and people need to know what's going on. Because I know a lot of people didn't follow the news sporting news like like we have on our end for the NBA. It's a lot happened other than Bronny James stealing a roster spot. Excuse me, did I say that?
Hopefully you got some time for that. Please continue.
So, I mean, there's a whole lot of moving and shaking. Like the Orlando Magic have made moves to become a real, I won't call them a contender, but they're right there on the fringe. They're right there. And, Philly, they added Paul George, and he got hurt, by the way, too, this week. He got hurt. So, a whole lot of stuff happened in the NBA, and, it deserves to be talked about at length because I enjoyed that. But, yeah, I mean, but what are your projections for the Knicks in Minnesota?
I love the Knicks, and I think they have the potential to be in the NBA Finals. I believe that. I do. Yeah, I do.
Oh.
You know me.
Well, I'm going up there in New York in June.
Okay. Good luck. Good luck with that.
I hope they're playing because hey, look, if they playing, bro, I'm all in getting into the Garden.
Okay.
I'm all in, baby. JB, that's my guy. You know what I mean?
Stop. No, I really love what the Knicks did. I wish DiVincenzo didn't have to go.
But you do understand why he did have to go.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
But when Mitchell Robinson comes back, I think then you could play Cat at the 4 and move Cat to the 5 at the end of games with Mitchell Robinson on the bench. You could have OG at the 4, Bridges at the 3, and Jalen Brunson at the 1. I worry about
you can play Hart at the 4.
Or you could. That's right. You could play Josh Hart at the. Josh Hart probably does need to
well above his size.
Yeah, he does. I worry about their offense down the stretch. I do worry about that because despite Cat being a great shooter, he's not a great off-ball player based on his style of play.
You're gonna put him in the corner, and you're gonna run the 4-man pick and roll action with JB getting screens from the wings over and over and over again until they get a switch that he likes, and then he gonna penetrate. Somebody gonna help. He gonna kick or he gonna finish. That's their offense. That's Tibbs' offense. Like that's it.
But that's the problem, though. That's why I said I worry about their offense.
I know it's bad
because you got to think about it. Not many teams have won championships doing that.
No,
outside of the guy that you hate that's on your team. It's hard to win doing that at the end of games constantly. And I don't know. Do you think Jalen Brunson can do that?
No, he's too small, and his body's gonna break down just like it did last year.
I also worry about. I kind of low key worry about their defense now. Isaiah Hartenstein is a good defensive big. He's mobile. Obviously Mitchell Robinson is a big upgrade on Cat on defense.
You're right.
It's and you got OG who's elite, Mikal who hopefully can be very good again.
Right.
Return to that. But Jalen Brunson and Cat are not good defensively, so that's going to be an issue. And Josh Hart is not great against people his size,
right?
So,
what about Minnesota? How you feel about Minnesota? It's the Ant-Man show, baby.
They got worse to me. They got worse. Low key, man. The West. The Thunder might cakewalk to that Western Conference to the finals, dog.
No way.
Thunder might. Listen, man.
But they're good.
I'm gonna get to Minnesota. Denver got Russell Westbrook. That's made them a whole bunch worse. They lost KCP.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray has never played as consistently as his reputation is, and he has a knee injury.
Yeah.
Minnesota brought in a very good player who's not a great fit for them. Julius Randle's a very good player. His game just doesn't fit.
I think he does more off the ball than Cat does, which ain't saying a lot, but that helps.
I think the problem is the on-ball stuff for me with him. and then Cat wasn't great on defense, and Julius Randle is physical.
You're right.
But you could at least move Cat to small ball 5. Now you have to play Nas Reed there because that Julius Randle can't really do that.
Yeah. Who's the better scorer for you, Cat or Julius Randle?
Cat. That's Cat.
Okay.
Cat.
That's just based off his shooting or just period?
I mean, shooting and the fact that he can put the ball on the floor. I mean, I wish he would diversify his game a little bit instead of the drive, the elbow post drive. You know what I mean? Get in the low post a little bit more.
I think he can play, but I'm not a big fan. Like
It's the play style for me. The play style leaves a lot to be desired considering his talent.
Yeah.
Chris Finch is a really good coach.
Yeah.
So I think he'll make it work. But yeah, I think the Thunder cakewalk, man. Minnesota got worse. Denver got worse.
Yeah,
LA didn't do anything. The Clippers got worse. I think there'll be a good regular season team.
Yeah.
As long as Kawhi's healthy. Dallas is that stop. Well, okay. Dallas is more or less the same. They got, I think people are getting overcalibrated on Derek Lively, but
All right. Well, yeah. For everybody that's watching, man, make sure y'all tune into the NBA breakdown stuff, man. That'll probably be out next week. And we're gonna have some fun with that. That's gonna be a good show for all the basketball enthusiasts.
You didn't give your thoughts.
I'm glad they broke it up.
Really?
I like Bridges' versatility at the 2 and the 3. I like OG's and versatility at the 3 and the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Cat, I love his versatility, being able to play small ball 5. And when he's in there for the small ball 5, you throw Josh Hart in there at the 4, who will help with the rebounding, you know what I'm saying, and the physicality, presence, all that other good stuff. And then Cat spaces the floor. Like, you need a big man that can space the floor when you're going to play through JB. You got to. And then Minnesota, I agree with you, they got worse. Completely. They got worse. And I think they're gambling on Nas Reed. They're gambling heavy on Nas Reed. And I think he's good and he can be really good. But I don't know if he's an all-star level player or if he will ever be that. And that's what you need to be competitive in the West. You need at least 2 solid all-star guys and a superstar. You need a superstar and at least, 1 or 2 all-star level players in the West. That's what you need. And they don't have that. So those are my thoughts, man. But now we'll move on to this week's food review. Big shout out to Mac Specialz.
Yo, what it do? Mac Specialz back again with another review. We in Newport News, Virginia at this spot called Papa George's. Now, Papa George's been around for some years, man, and they known for this Greek sausage, so I definitely had to pull up and see what it was hitting. This is my first time at this establishment, and I definitely was welcomed with love. It's got the old school diner style type of vibe, ambiance when you up in so there. I'm pretty sure people been coming here for years. They have various specials throughout the week. Now, menu-wise, they got your typical breakfast items. They known for their hot dogs, burgers, and sandwich. The pack just linked. Went ahead and got the French toast special. It gave me the scrambled eggs with cheese. I got that Greek sausage. I got the French toast. Presentation crazy. Now for the Greek sausage, they gave you a side of lemon and mustard. So I went ahead and put a little bit of lemon up on there. Went ahead and gave it a bath in that mustard and went straight to Greek sausage, hands down, is a slapper. That's the main reason people come here, and I see now why. I got my scrambled eggs with cheese, and I already knew off rip taste wise they was an eye roll. So I went ahead and put them both together. And when I say hands down a slapper, Greek sausage and eggs, definitely a slapper. And then of course we got the French toast, man. These were some of the most soft, moist French toast I ever had in my life. They was definitely on point, hands down a slapper. This spot right here went 3 for 3, so they definitely a 10 out of 10, and you can't beat the price. If you ever in Newport News, Virginia, pull up at Papa George's. Mac Specialz.
And that was this week's food review brought to you by Mac Specialz, man. Make sure y'all check out Papa George's, man. That joint just kind of made me hungry, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, though. I ain't had no French toast in a minute, bro. When last time you had some French toast, Stats? Yeah. Yeah. All right. This weekend it is a whole lot to do, a whole lot of festivals. Shout out to City Fest for City on My Chest, Tommy Reaman. Whole lot of activities to get into. Also, it is homecoming weekend. Well, not homecoming weekend, but homecoming season. So listen, you guys gotta be careful out here. And when you watch this video, when you watch this video, I don't know who has pledged to fraternities and all this stuff, man. Listen, man, y'all gotta tighten up, man, because some of the stuff y'all doing is just flat out insane. Flat out insane and inexcusable. Check it out. Stats, you gonna let somebody slap the shit out you like that, bro?
Absolutely not. Shout out to fraternities. Shout out to fraternities and all of that, man. The brotherhood and all of that stuff is real. The way that you have to demonstrate that sometimes is extremely barbaric. And that looked like COVID waiting to happen. No, thank you.
COVID?
I'm good. Nope. There's got to be another way that we can express our love to each other. I'm sorry. Do what you got to do, man. Like, look, y'all enjoy.
That ain't for me, brother.
Or I'll pledge grad chapter where you don't have to slap me in the face.
Well, those are grown men. Those were grown men, Stats.
You can still pledge grad chapter as an adult.
Yeah, I know, but those were grown men. Like, those were, like,
I know.
30s, 40s.
I know. When you're indoctrinated in it, it's a lifestyle.
No, man. I ain't with that lifestyle.
Neither am I. That's that. I have on black and yellow, but I'm not an alpha. So I know. And they've had to relax the hazing.
Yes.
Think about how bad that is.
Yes, bro. But I ain't gonna go into that. That'll be a whole nother show. I ain't do that. City Fest, October 20th. Make sure y'all check it out. It's free admission, man. For more information, go to the City on My Chest. Try to support Tommy Reaman as much as you can, man. City guy. Wine Fest, Town Point Park in Norfolk. And listen, shout out to Fred Witt, man. He out there. He this is season, man. He out here touring all the HBCUs. So make sure y'all keep him in his prayers. Hopefully he ain't out again slapped around like that. Jesus Christ.
Well, Fred boxes, so if you slap him, he gonna hit you back.
Yes, he will hit you back. So that brings me to man, we've been on. It's time. Fourth for the day. I was having a conversation with this anonymous Cowboy fan, and he was talking about how he needs to, he used to coach and he used to, do all types of things in the community and with teams and so on and so forth, man, before he moved back into this area. And now that he's been back here, he hasn't done it. Well, here's the thought for today. You can't sit on your hands, man, and do nothing. Because somebody needs you to be you at your full capacity. And you don't know who that is, and you don't know what you're going to give them. But if you're not who you are at your full capacity, somebody's life will be altered today. the wrong way. And that's the most honest and most challenging thing that we face sometimes, is that sometimes we don't want to be our true selves, and we don't want to divulge everything that we are to everybody. But somebody needs you to be you at your 100% capacity to change their life for the better. So that's my thought for today. Ash, you got anything?
No, I don't actually. But that was very profound what you said. I think it's very profound.
Yeah, man. So look, appreciate Stats for coming on, man. I'm Coach Stretch, man, reminding you to be relentless in all that you do and chase your greatness, man. So for Stats, I'm Coach Stretch. Peace.
You can shake up the scene, you ain't getting streams. I make it look good, yeah, I make it look easy. I let it be, I'm a better me. I don't really care, been like this for years. Cause I don't really, never did, never will. Ever let you get inside the whip. Catch us hitting sideways, sliding around with a drip for that mango. Tangos couldn't get a pick. I be quick, I be slick when I push for 'em with. I be zoning with my shit.